Hi, we are now on page 84 in our Journeys Reader's Notebook. If you could please get out your Journeys Reader's Notebook, turn it to page 84, have your pencil ready. We'll try to get through this, okay? This is called focus trait, word choice. We're thinking about word choices now. And what this lesson is talking about is basically talking about adding direct quotations to your responses, to your answers, and precise details. We know what details are because we've already gone through that in just about every writing lesson that we've done so far. So, details. We're going to add details. So, let's go through this together. It says down here in the first box, it gives you an example of a general detail, and it says weak. Man, it's just kind of weak. And then you have the precise detail, which is strong. Let's look at both. In the general detail, and this is kind of weak, it says, Old Yeller growled at the bear. He looked fierce. Now, that conveys a message, doesn't it? I mean, you can tell what's going on there. But if you were to write this, and you were to, like we called it earlier, punching this up, how could we do it? Old Yeller growled at the bear. He looked fierce. What they have for an example here for precise detail in a very strong sentence, it says, Old Yeller's lips pulled back from his teeth in a vicious snarl. He snapped and lunged with all his weight at the bear. Old Yeller growled at the bear. So if he growled at the bear, can you describe in more detail what a growl looks like? Okay, you guys can look in the mirror and growl at yourself, and you can see. You all know what a growl is, okay? So describe the growl in greater detail, and that's exactly what they did here, and it sounds like a really writery sentence, doesn't it? Makes it sound like a really good writer. So with those examples, let's look down below that where it says A. Read each statement without support on the left, the kind of weak one, and then add quotations from Old Yeller that develop and support the statement. Now, I'm going to do number one with you because you're going to have to go back into Old Yeller and actually find some quotations. And this is how we do it, all right? So we have the Old Yeller book with us. Of course, you guys can hit pause to do this. We have the Old Yeller book, the story right here with us, okay? And it says, the first says, Travis cared for his brother. And he did care for his brother, didn't he? And that's a true statement. But what kind of statement could you put there and add quotations from Old Yeller? Quotations are actual written text from the story that you can actually steal from and put in your sentence. But when you put it in your sentence and you actually steal it from there, you have to let everyone know that those aren't your words. All right, so in order to do that, you put the quotations around it. All right, so think about this. If Travis cared for his brother, and we go back in there and we see how we try to find out how Travis really did care for his brother, we could write the sentence, and you could write the sentence too if you like. Travis cared deeply for his brother. When he realized what was happening, he, in quotation marks now, nearly went blind then, picturing what was going to happen to little Arliss, unquote. Now see where the quotations were? We took that directly from the text from Old Yeller. So when we do that, it helps us with our sentence. It helps answer our sentence perfectly, okay? It helps us create a more visual answer. Travis cared deeply for his brother. When he realized what was happening, and here's where we're stealing the answer, he, quote, nearly went blind then, picturing what was going to happen to little Arliss, unquote. Those are the quote and then the unquote. And that's true. That right there is directly from Old Yeller. This is all about adding details to our sentences And in order to make them better, in order to make them more interesting, in order to make them more writery. That's not a word. Okay. So what we have to do, let's look at number 2. Let's look at number 2 now, okay? I know I said I want you guys to do this on your own, but let's talk about it, all right? Number 2, Travis's feelings about Old Yeller changed. Did they? And how can you prove that? You go back into the Old Yeller story, and towards the end, Old Yeller has already fought the bear and saved Travis's little brother. Where can you prove that? Are there sentences in the text that will prove that Travis's feelings about Old Yeller changed? Can you use those in your answer or in your new sentence with quotation marks? Just do your best, please, okay? We'll talk about this next time we're in class together, all right? Now, B down here at the bottom says, read each sentence, then rewrite it to make the detail more precise. Add more detail, okay? Add words that show add words that show visual rather than tell the information. And it says right there, pair share, work with a partner to brainstorm more exact ways to express each detail. If you have someone at home to help you out with this, cool. If not, just try your best, okay? This is something I do. I want you guys to work on this, and give me your best, and then when we're in class together, we're going to go over this again, because I think this is an important lesson, and it really does help you start to think about making your writing more detailed and more interesting to read. And again, makes people, when you have really interesting sentences like we have with the strong support sentences, it makes people want to, I can't wait to read the next paragraph. What is going to happen? I do not want to put this down until it's done, because the writing is so interesting. All right, so all you have is 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5. We did 1 together. Please really try your best on 2, 3, 4, and 5, all right? Good luck.